Do you like to hear about books and get an idea of something different you can read? Today is hashtag Thursday BookTube. This is hosted by our good friend Patty at Life with Patty and Daphne at My Mountain Home. Let's make sure I have this in the camera where you can see it and you can get the information. If you follow that hashtag, you will find a lot of good books that you might not have known about. Not only can you just post a book, you can talk about your bookshelf. I decided to sit in my hallway, which I have to have the camera right in the edge of the bathroom to have room. I have a book today and I finished it and it was good, really good. And I hope I can do it justice by telling you about this book. This is Carmel by the Sea. It's written by Sandra D. Bricker. I looked her up and she has several books and you can find them on Amazon if you choose to look for this book. This book, actually, this girl that wrote the book, she is from California. So she likes to write a lot about California, evidently. This is the only one I've read. It opens up with Annie Gray. That's the girl, the main girl in this story. She has moved back home, or back to her grandmother, who is an old movie star, and she knew Doris Day and a lot of them. They refer back to movies a lot in this book. Grandma Dottie, as they called her, is older now, and she's just glad to have her granddaughter there. Well, Annie Gray was working, well, she dropped out of college, and it just wasn't for her, and she went to work at this, it sounds like a call center, and that wasn't going anywhere for her. And she loved being with her grandma, but she wanted to get out on her own. She eventually, her and her friends were brainstorming, and she had a really good friend, and what was his name? I think it was Evan. Been friends since they were kids, and they thought alike. They liked the same food. They were just really good friends. They liked the same movies, talked to each other about movies and watched movies, and it sounded like, it was just a friendship. Friend's name was Evan. Sometimes I get all mixed up with these names in the book here. Annie Gray, being dissatisfied with the way her life was going, she had an old car, job that was going nowhere, and she decided, she made a list of all these things she wanted to do. There was 5 in her list of goals that she wanted to do. One was to get a good job, one was to get a car, one was to fix her frizzy curly hair that she couldn't stand. So they made the list and she got right on it. She went to get her hair fixed, and her hairdresser was afraid to cut it like she wanted, so it didn't turn out quite the way she wanted, but that was one little step. And just on with all kinds of, let's see how we can change this. She read an article in a newspaper looking for Friday. It was at a detective's office, and she thought, I could do this. So she went and applied. It was a one-man place that it wasn't very fancy. The place was kind of messy. The man was a detective, and he ended up hiring her, and it ended up working really good. He eventually trained her to be a detective and put her on a few cases, just lightweight, whatever. In the meantime, she met this police officer that he was good friends of her boss, her new boss. And there was a instant connection. Remember, she had her old friend, her old boy friend that was just a friend, and they spent a lot of time together. Eventually, when it all came said and done, they did get together. I won't tell you about the ins and outs and ups and downs of it all, but I think you will enjoy this book. It talks a lot about some different movie stars grandmother would talk about in her story. And if you take the time to read this, I know you will enjoy it. Then her brother and his wife was going to have a baby, and she had to work through that because she had all these feelings in her heart that she didn't know how to deal with because she was disappointed with the way her life was going at first. But you'll see the difference. I wanted to include this in this video. Daphne and Patty talked about wanting to do something a little special for Valentine's Day, and along with the book review, they asked if we could include something that was Valentine-y. If I recall right, I listened to this quite some time ago and didn't, and then just remembered it. I made these little bags, and I showed you these before. For my Tops girls at my Tops, I put a little book in there, just a little notebook. And then my tea bags didn't come with covers, so I made little, with my little bags that I have a lot of, I just put my tea in there, said what kind it was, and put a little sticker. So these bags can be reused for something else. And it's my little Valentine red here that I wanted to include in this video. I hope you enjoyed that little book review. Be sure and go and check and see what everyone else posts in this book review. And I pray God blesses you today. Don't forget, Jesus loves you today. He loves you, he loves you, he loves you. If you haven't, and if you don't mind, please like, subscribe, comment, and share. And I will look forward to seeing you later, because I do have another video somewhere out there. I'm expecting a Temu haul and a Amazon haul in the next few days. That'll be coming up too. See you next time. God bless you.